The story of International Women's Day, a celebration of strength, equality, and progress. Every year on March 8th, the world unites to celebrate International Women's Day, IWD, a global movement dedicated to recognizing the achievements of women and advocating for gender equality. It's a day to honor the trailblazers of the past, celebrate the progress of the present, and inspire a future where women and men are truly equal. But how did this important day begin? What inspired a global movement for women's rights, and how has it evolved over time? The origins: a fight for equality. The early 20th century was a time of great social and economic change, but it was also a time of oppression for women. Women were expected to stay at home, had limited rights, and were often paid unfair wages. They had no voting rights, and their voices were largely ignored in political and economic decisions. The spark: women's protests in the early 1900s. In 1908, 15,000 women took to the streets of New York City, demanding shorter working hours, better wages, and the right to vote. Their courage inspired women around the world and sparked a movement that would lead to lasting change. 1 year later, in 1909, the first National Women's Day was observed in the United States on February 28th, organized by the Socialist Party of America. However, the idea of making it an international event came in 1910, when a German activist named Clara Zetkin proposed the concept of International Women's Day at the International Socialist Women's Conference in Copenhagen. More than 100 women from 17 countries supported the proposal, and in 1911, International Women's Day was celebrated for the first time in Austria, Denmark, Germany, and Switzerland on March 19th. Over 1 million people attended rallies, demanding the right to vote, work, and hold public office. The first International Women's Day, 1911, and a historic shift. Although the first IWD was celebrated in 1911, the date was later changed to March 8th, following a major historical event: the Russian women's strike that changed history. In 1917, during World War I, women in Russia led a massive protest demanding bread and peace, calling for better working conditions, higher wages, and an end to the war. Their strike was so powerful that it contributed to the Russian Revolution, leading to the abdication of Tsar Nicholas II and the granting of voting rights to women in Russia. From that moment on, March 8th became a symbol of women's strength and their ability to bring change, international recognition, and growth. Over the decades, International Women's Day continued to grow, with more countries recognizing its importance. The United Nations and International Women's Day. In 1975, the United Nations, UN, officially recognized March 8th as International Women's Day, marking a major milestone in global efforts for gender equality. Since then, the UN has adopted an annual theme for IWD, highlighting different issues affecting women worldwide, such as education, economic empowerment, and violence prevention. Some of the past UN themes include 2014, Equality for Women is Progress for All; 2018, Press for Progress; 2021, Choose to Challenge; 2023, DigitAll, Innovation and Technology for Gender Equality; 2024, Inspire Inclusion, How the World Celebrates International Women's Day Today. Every year, March 8th is marked by marches, speeches, and social media campaigns aimed at raising awareness about women's rights. Some of the most common traditions and ways people celebrate include global events and marches. Countries around the world hold marches, rallies, and conferences to discuss gender equality and women's rights, wearing purple, green, and white. These colors symbolize justice, hope, and dignity for women. Purple represents justice, green stands for hope, and white signifies purity. Social media movements and awareness campaigns. Hashtags like IWD, Embrace Equity, Break the Bias, and Choose to Challenge trend every year, encouraging people to share empowering stories and promote gender equality. Awards and recognitions. Many organizations and governments honor women leaders, activists, and changemakers who have made a significant impact. Educational workshops and discussions companies, universities, and NGOs organize events to discuss gender equality, leadership, and women's empowerment. Women's rights, progress, and challenges. While International Women's Day is a time for celebration, it is also a reminder of the challenges that remain. Key achievements in women's rights: more women in leadership positions in politics and business, greater awareness and action against gender-based violence, improved access to education for girls worldwide, more legal protections against discrimination, ongoing challenges. The gender pay gap still exists in many industries. Women remain underrepresented in STEM, science, technology, engineering, mathematics. Millions of girls worldwide still lack access to education. Violence against women remains a major issue in many societies. Despite these challenges, International Women's Day continues to be a powerful call to action for equal pay, education, healthcare, and safety for all women. Countries that celebrate International Women's Day. The most while IWD is recognized in over 100 countries, some nations celebrate it as a national holiday, giving women a well-deserved day off. Countries where IWD is a public holiday: Russia, women receive flowers and gifts. China, women get half a day off work. Italy, La Festa della Donna is celebrated with gifts of yellow mimosa flowers. Vietnam, people honor women with flowers and appreciation. Brazil, events and celebrations highlight women's achievements. The future of International Women's Day. As we move forward, the message remains clear: women's rights are human rights. From the brave women who fought for the right to vote to modern-day activists fighting for workplace equality, IWD is a testament to the strength, resilience, and achievements of women everywhere. But the fight for true equality is far from over. Women around the world continue to break barriers, challenge stereotypes, and create a better future for the next generation. So, as we celebrate International Women's Day, let's also ask ourselves, how can we contribute to gender equality in our own communities? What actions can we take to support and uplift women every day? Let's celebrate, educate, and take action, because a more equal world is a better world for everyone. How do you celebrate International Women's Day? Tell us in the comments. How do you celebrate March 8th? Do you participate in marches, support women-owned businesses, or educate yourself on gender equality issues? Let's inspire each other. Join the movement. Celebrate, support, and inspire. If you believe in equality, empowerment, and a brighter future for all women, let's make a difference together. Like this video to show your support. Subscribe for more inspiring stories and global celebrations. Check the links in the description for resources, books, and ways to get involved. Together, we can create a world where every woman and girl has the opportunity to thrive. Let's take action today.